official Aston Villa Podcast.
I had ideas all the time. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I couldn't go to sleep, so I'd get up and have a cup of tea and write things down. I was so into what I was doing. Got Grego, JG.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. He's like Peter Pan, isn't he? I mean, I love Grego, but he still thinks he's 21 now, doesn't he? Like, you know, and you've got Alan, me, and John. There isn't anything that would really you'd think what? You know. All right. So Alan, I got on really well with Alan, and John was here for a while, and we were okay, but the three personalities were completely different. But each of us had something to offer. Alan was that steady and rock, you know. Yeah, he just really great at organising things for me. Great. John was more in the dressing room, in with the lads, until he became the manager. Then he changed completely. But he was great, and he knew how to get into the boys, and he knew how to just wind them up in his own time. And then the rest was, you know, my decisions when we did this, when we did that. But every now and again, you know, I'd get the one in the ear going, look, have a look at that. Are you missing that? And they were right. So that was a great thing as well. We worked, the 6 years we worked together at Leicester for the three playoff finals. From here to finish 4th and 5th in the Premier League, win the League Cup, got the semi-final, the FA Cup, quarter-final, UEFA Cup. It was a great 10.
You beat Leeds? No, yeah.
We beat Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, in the cup final.
Beat Leeds in the final, 3-0, yeah. Battered them.
One of the most one-sided final.
Yeah, we battered them.
Was that the one that Savo hits the top corner?
Savo hit the top corner.
Yeah.
Savo was a hell of a player. And I know he'll never, because of his falling out with the fans, he'll never be recognised for that. But the players all loved him. He was the most honest, hard-working person.
That must have been really, really fulfilling as a manager winning a cup final.
Yeah. Especially as a manager. I mean, I
know you got promotion and the thing, but to get to Wembley playing a cup final,
and in the semi-final, I beat my mentor's team, Bruce Rioch. I beat Arsenal, and Bruce was manager, and I was like thinking, oh my God, Bruce will batter me.
What did he say to you?
He would. I actually thought he would. I was like thinking, I've got to get this out.
Oh, he would batter you that way.
I've got to get my head around trying to beat the man who I have so much respect for.
Yeah.
It's untrue. He was brilliant for me. He really was.
Did you get a cup of tea after 90 minutes with him?
No. I've never been into that.
I'm not saying that you would be a great company,
me. You just know me. I don't.
I know you do. I know exactly what you're like.
People say, "Oh, you're coming for a drink after?" No, thank you. No.
I look for you after games on a Saturday and I can't find you.
But by after a game, like especially in management days, all I wanted to do was lie down and go to sleep. I was like, it was hard work in them days. You know, going back 20 odd years, hard work, non-stop. And I'm not. That's not saying they don't work hard today, because I'm quite sure the amount of homework and study and everything they do. But everything landed on my desk. Every single aspect of what was going on was on my desk. And I remember Frank Clark saying to me at Forest, Frank said, "Clean desk, clear mind." And so I used to work hard at trying to make sure that side. You didn't want all of the stuff to mount up on you when you're trying to think about football and a team and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was good. It was a good time.
But did you imagine that instant success? Because you made these signings, 94-95 season, 95-96 we've just spoken about. Everything that you managed to achieve. 4th in the Premiership, FA Cup semi-finals as well as winning the Football League Cup, UEFA Cup qualification for the 4th time in 6 seasons. So everything so instantly. You talk about the amount of work you were given and almost you gave yourself by the amount of signings as well. Could you have imagined it was that instant?
Well, there was always things that brought you down to earth, and there was always things that irritated you. There were always things, and most of it was with Doug, to be honest. I mean, I remember my first European game. We played Helsingborg. I think it was
Helsingborg.
Helsingborg.
Sweden.
Who were like Swedish sort of amateur things, and somehow we drew at home 1-1. And then we go away to play away from home, and it's like playing on a schoolboy pitch. They've like made, they've gone to the extreme of finding the shortest, the smallest measurements you can have. They're going to hold on to this away goal. And we drew 0-0, and I'm out of Europe. my first ever game. No experience.
I was at the
game.
I
wasn't ready for it.
I was at that game.
And I get back, and for the next, I think it was a week or two later, Doug had the boardroom. Then it was all all changing up, but it was his boardroom with all his men, friends, and everything. And I've walked in. He's gone, Brian, come here, over here. And I'm going, yes, Chairman. What do you want? And he said to his friends, do you like this tie? And they're all going, yeah, it's nice. £1 million this tie cost me. And they've all gone, why is that? He said, it's the Helsingborg tie. They knocked us out of Europe, didn't they? Now, if anything brings you flat down to earth.
Oh, God. What
and
way to say it.
Yeah, and that was Doug to a T. He didn't understand that wasn't very nice.
No, exactly. Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
That was his humour. And when you got I said to John the day he got the game, I'll give you 3 years, mate.
Really?
I'll give you 3 years. Or if you've done terrible, he'll sack you after 12 months.
Yeah.
That was so Ron, myself and John lasted the 3 years.
Yeah.
But if you don't do very well, you've gone. And after 3 years, you just had to, it just was non-stop. He'd come in when you were wanting to go home. I'm sure he had a camera in my house because whenever I sat down for Sunday dinner, the phone went, And me we used to change the times of what time I was having Sunday dinner. And then the phone would go, it's him again. I'm like crazy. And I got on well with him. And I loved him to bits. And at the end of his life, I was his big pal. I used to go and look after him. I'd look after him at the game. Because in fairness to him, he gave me an unbelievable job, and I'll never forgive him. I'll never forget him for that. But he was hard work. It was before we'd leave at like 12 o'clock. Some nights we've had players in trying to talk contracts to them, and all he's talking about is his souvenirs round the top.
I know, yeah.
See that steering wheel over there? That was my my racing car steering wheel. And the lads are just sitting there going, and the agents are sitting there going,
to talk about.
What are we doing here?
He took us to Mallorca, Doug Ellis, one time, and so there must have been, I don't know, 20 of the lads, and we went to his house. Yeah. And after about 15 minutes, there was no beer left in the house. Because he was like, this is where I come. And when I had Ellerman Travel, he had a travel agency that he sold. I used to be up in the morning making sandwiches for the people on the plate. I mean, he was brilliant. Yeah. And I remember the following season, I'd gone to Spain on a holiday with a girlfriend. And I got in the room and there was a bottle of champagne saying, have a wonderful time, Alan. Like Mr. Doug Ellis, Aston Villa chairman. It was just brilliant.
My favourite one was when I signed Savo Milosevic. Bear in mind, we're going to Belgrade. And he said, I said, I found the centre forward I want. He went, yeah, who's that? I said, Savo Milosevic. He went, I don't know him. I said, Belgrade. I've never been to Belgrade. Is he a good player?
Is he good, yeah.
I've never been to Belgrade. Let's go. Anyway, we get on the plane and he starts speaking Spanish to the hostess. He went, hola, tiene cacahuetes, por favor? Which is, I think, have you got any peanuts, please? And I'm sitting there going, what is he doing? And he's like looking at people going, yes, of course I speak many languages. I mean, I swear, I used to have so much fun with him.
What was it? Here's a good question for you then with your relationship as a manager anywhere. What was the most you spent on a player? Ooh. And did you actually ask?
On Stan Collymore.
On Stan.
6.7, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I tried to sign Andy Cole. There's this true story.
Was it Andy at Newcastle at the time?
Andy Cole, but Paul Stretford had the two of them.
Yeah, Paul, yeah.
And Paul Stretford used to say to me, Brian, look, you ain't having, he's going to Man United, you're not getting him. You will not. I said, well, just try, just see if he'll come and talk to us. Come on, just went on and on and on. And it was the season where Stan and the little left footer for Liverpool, Robbie Fowler. They'd been incredible. And I went, Villa fan. He's a good player. I'd actually seen Stan play I'd seen him play for Stafford Rangers, to be honest, and all the times. I'd seen him play at Southend when I was manager of Leicester, we played against him. Physique, great. And in the end, so I signed, we went for Stan. And I still think if I'd stayed, I left 6 months into Stan being here. And I used to go to his house and talk to him. Because in those days you didn't know about, man up and all this sort of stuff, isn't it? And I used to look at Stanley and go, I need to go and talk to him. And he still thanks me for this. I used to go around his house and just sit there and say, everything all right? And we just had a chat. And obviously later on he's come out with all the problems that he has and things like that. And I think if I'd stayed, I think I would have got the best out of him, to be honest. But John came and John John was a completely different character to me, a clashy characters. But I think it would have worked. The problem I had, and I'm willing to admit it, I tried to play the three of them in the same team, York, Milosevic and Collymore. John's first day he came in and took one of the three of them out and put little Henders in midfield. Yeah. And that was something that I tried, but Henders got sent off, didn't he? Did he tell you that story?
Yeah. Was that the first game or
His
something?
First game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still to this day, and he still bugs him, which is great. Because I've sent him on, first 5 seconds, bump, he's hit somebody, he's been booked. 10 minutes later, he's off, he's sent off, and he walks past me, and I've just looked at him. And I know in the dressing room, I know he's waiting for somebody like me to give him hell. I never said a word to him. And even to this day, he often says to me, why didn't you say anything to me? I said, you're still thinking about it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
I said, you're still thinking about it, because you were wrong.
The official Aston Villa Podcast.